Hello everyone, thanks for joining me. I'm here at Bridge 60 at the top of Foxton Locks. In today's episode, I've got a bit of an assortment of things for you, mainly based on the water shortage, but also I clean my stove. I only show that in brief though. I'm Alan. I own a 45-foot narrowboat, have an interest in industrial heritage, transport and technology, and invite you to join me as I cruise, repair and maintain my boat and visit events and places of historic interest. It's the first time I've been here since the water shortage started, so I don't know what to expect. I do believe the locks have been fenced off for safety reasons, but I'm interested to see just what it's like, particularly down at the bottom, where I've heard the water levels have been very low indeed. I am surprised to see only 3 boats moored at the top here. Anyway, let's make a start and see what we find. I thought they were coming over to see me, but suddenly turned away. It's Friday, the 5th of September, and I've just come to look at the levels in the canal and in the marina. We have had some heavy rain in the last few days, but it's been very short-lived, so I hadn't expected to see a great deal of change. But when I woke up this morning, I found it was quite different. The levels had clearly risen in the marina by a couple of inches at least, I would say, and that is replicated here. If we look over there at the water line, it is definitely about 2 inches different to what it was previously. So the levels have come up, and I would say the level is level on both sides. Very difficult to know. If we look down here, we can see a water line of about 1 inch along the timber. When we look at the other side, the water mark is a little bit wavy, which suggests to me that a boat may have turned around, caused a few waves, and that wavy line just down there, look, it's difficult to see, I know. I wish I'd brought a measure with me. This is the jetty adjacent to mine and shows the water level on the 5th of September. The next day it was up marginally, and the day after that the water level was just beneath the 2 bulkheads. The water level only looks down about 1 inch, maybe 2 inches. Looks much better. Take a closer look. No greater than 2 inches, I would say. That's very encouraging. I think it's about 10 days or so since I last looked at the closure here. I thought it was worth coming to have another look. Water levels certainly look to have risen. Water looks level on both sides, it's my way of thinking. I've just measured is about 3 inches either side down to the water line, so that's pretty level. Looking across there, I do feel that the water is higher than last time when I came. I visited Drayton Reservoir in Daventry last week. This is another Canal and River Trust reservoir which feeds the Grand Union Canal and is also used for fishing. I had not been there before, and I've not been able to find out too much about it, other than it has an area of 25 acres. I have read that when water is required for the canal, the water level can drop by about 1 foot or more in a day. Whilst anglers can use the wooden walkways around the reservoir to access the jetty pegs, the general public aren't allowed to. I wasn't sure where the outlet to feed the canal was situated, but from research since my visit, I now know it heads off in a northeasterly direction to enter the canal just inside Braunston Tunnel. I've often been impressed by how some vloggers are able to catch excellent shots of herons in flight. This is not really something I've had much success with, as when I approach, even from the distance, a heron on the towpath will sense or hear me coming and fly off. I found some footage taken last year, which I'm not sure has been seen, so I'm taking this opportunity to show it now. Having spotted the heron on the towpath, it appears I'm getting quite close, but as often is the case, it flies off. I do get another chance to catch the heron in flight, and this time with some success. Three times over the years I have published a video dedicated to cleaning my stove and flue pipe in readiness for the winter months ahead. I'm not keen on making repeat videos on the same subject, so this year I have included some video of the task in a general vlog to show you what I've been up to. I have a Morso Squirrel 1410 stove, which is a well-known make and model. I always start the cleaning process by removing the fire bricks. There are 3 of these, one either side and one at the back. I then remove the baffle plate inside the top of the firebox. This is a heat deflector which forces the hot gases and smoke to take a longer route before exiting up the flue, and thus retains more heat in the stove to warm the boat. Once that has been removed, I take out the larger but thinner fire bricks on each side and at the back. Those on the side have split vertically in 2. They've been like it since I purchased the boat, but they do fit snugly together and I think make it easier to fit them in and take them out. Looks like a bit of the chimney lining. Having done that, I have a quick clean inside the stove and then put a bucket inside to catch the soot from the flue, as I'm now going onto the roof to brush and scrape the flue pipe from outside. My brush is now rather old and has lost its shape, but it's still very useful. I also use a steel roofing strap to scrape the inside of the flue. Once I've finished on the roof, it's just a matter of tidying up inside. Let's make a start and see what we find. We go round in a bit of a circle here to get on the bridge that takes us over to the other side of the canal. The Leicester Line summit is sealed off effectively at both ends because at the southern end Watford locks are closed, and at this northern end Foxton locks are closed. Let's just take a closer look at this lovely sculpture. I've seen 5 boats at the top here, 2 ahead of me and 3 behind. This is the winding hole, not so much a hole, but it's where boats turn to go back the other way. We can see now the autumn colours coming into play. I'm just arriving at Foxton Top Lock, and I can see fencing alongside the lock. So there is water in the lock. The lock is empty though. Foxton locks opened in 1814 and comprise 2 staircase flights of 5 locks each with a pound between, and are the longest staircase flight in England. Well, there's no fencing along here. I had understood they'd put fencing alongside the locks. Let's walk down this side. It's all very peaceful here, isn't it? Normally you hear the hiss of the water running. In fact, I can hear water running behind me. And there it is, just leaking through the side of the gate there. The other sound you can hear is water leaking through this pair of gates. It's very pleasant here today, isn't it? Very pleasant indeed. It's a lovely spot to come to. Caution drought. The canal in this area has low water and could be dry. Stay away from the edge. There's the Canal Museum there. More running water here. I can see orange safety wear in the distance. So clearly something is happening. I've just been told they're repairing a leak from this pound into this one here. I've just been told that where this chap is stood, there was a sinkhole that appeared. They've repaired that. Water had been seen running down here, and they've done a repair. They've also done a repair further up the flight as well. It's good these things are getting done now before the locks open again. Let's continue on down. I'm interested to see the pound at the bottom. In mid-August, boaters were advised for safe haven to come to the bottom of these locks, and the Canal and River Trust would try and ensure that water was maintained to keep them afloat. But I don't really know what the outcome of that was, because I did hear tales that the water was very low. Well, from here it all looks very healthy, I have to say. Let's pop down. This is Foxton bottom lock. This is all chained up here. There's water in this one. I did see pictures of a porter dam along here. So there must have been issues here. But not now. All seems very well, doesn't it? Just going to go over the bridge and take a look back. I'm going to walk up the other side there. This is Rainbow Bridge number 62. Towpath is on the right there, and then it's on the opposite side on the right there. Bit of a crack in the wall here. This is a trip boat. Back under the bridge. I don't know what I was expecting, but I was expecting to see something very different. We've always wanted to know this, haven't we? London is 106 miles, Leicester 18, and Market Harbour 5.5 miles down the arm, which is in the direction I'm now walking. This is a water point here. I always find these vertical signs very confusing. What arrow refers to what and so forth. So we're just coming up to the pedestrian swing bridge. This is a bit of a nuisance for a sole boater because it swings on the wrong side, of course. You would be moored on this side, then you've got to cross over to deal with it. So it's always handy if there are people around that can swing it for you. This is the buffer for the swing bridge. I must say I've never really noticed it before. This is bridge number 1 on the Market Harbour arm, which leads off up there. There's an arm just here with private moorings. Ahead of me is a short-lived incline. It opened in 1900 and closed in 1911. I have covered it several times in my vlogs, and I will put a couple of links in the description of the video so you can find them, showing some historic photos. I'm hoping you'd find them of real interest. I hope you've enjoyed what you've seen. It's a long while since I've done an assortment of items, and this seemed a good time to do it. I'm really pleased I've come here today because it's turned into a wonderful sunny day. Things are clearly not as bad as I thought they were. I think I was expecting to see something very different, but it's good to see that the Canal and River Trust have been able to maintain water in the Market Harbour arm, which obviously is part of the foot of the locks here. It's pleasing that that's happened. Around the country, there are all sorts of different issues. There are areas where canals are dry, other areas where rivers run into canals. They probably don't even know there's a problem. So it's very, very different wherever you are in the country, on the network, I should say. Anyway, that's it for now. Many, many thanks for watching. Look after yourselves, your friends and families. Take the utmost care in whatever you're doing. Until next time, bye for now. Bye everyone. Take care.